We, 20 years ago, whenever I was in high school, I was in marching band. And I remember going out this time of year in the summer toward the middle and end of July and having band. And it was the same thing every year. It was 105 degrees and I was a drummer. So we had to strap on these heavy drums and go out there, and we would be out there for marching for 4 to 6 hours on this dry, dusty ground. And it was just hot. But what was so interesting is that after, it didn't take us very long at all that we would all be marching in perfect unity and in perfect sync with each other. And, I've even noticed that whenever I walk with anybody, when I go for a walk with a friend, or me and my wife go for a stroll at night, if you're walking with someone for a very long distance at all, you do just naturally come into sync, and your footfalls even fall at the exact same moment. And that's the same thing it is in that relationship that you were just talking about. If we spend very much time with Jesus at all, we're going to fall into footstep with him, and our lives are going to come into alignment with his will for us.
And that's an important part. Because with this mission-focused life that we talked about, it's always going to come back to that personal relationship with him, because through that, then everything else will fall into place. The obedience that you'll want to do because you're in relationship with him, and then the obedience will lead to these acts, this aligning yourself with him. So it always comes back to that personal relationship, and more than trust and more than belief, but it's that true, full relationship.
Well, and I would go so far as to say that the mission-focused life is the real life that he mentions here in this verse. It says that you would have the real life, you will enter real life, eternal life. Well, the eternal has already begun. So many times we get it into our heads that eternal life begins after we die. No. Eternal life has already begun. Physical life is going to end at some point, but it's the eternal spiritual life that we've already begun right now that extends forever. And so when we do walk in relationship with Jesus and we begin to live as Jesus lived, we've started living out that real life. It's the temporary life that's focused on the physical that's not real. This is just an illusion. This is just here for a moment. This is a speck of eternity. This, it matters, but it doesn't really matter. And so in the grand scheme of things, Jesus wants us to enter into the real life so we can get onto the stuff that actually is important.